So here I am, about mile 6 in Florida. Marathon, half marathon. I'm doing the half marathon. I'm sorry I didn't get you before I started. This is a super serious hill. There's 2 of them on this race. And I don't think I can turn it around to see me. But let's see. Here it is. There's still cars going up. This is going over the Intercoastal Waterway, otherwise known as Indian River. Whew. Anyway, I will check back with you here in a couple miles. Sorry, Jeff. There's only 2 updates on the race. So I just finished the Florida Marathon, half marathon. I did the half marathon. There's also a marathon. Saw some lightning right around mile 12, a little over 12 on the last bridge, so I wouldn't be surprised if they called the marathon. Be interesting to find out. So I didn't do especially great, but I still had my best time since I broke my leg. So it's 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 22 seconds. It's weird, it's lots of 2s. If it's about 3s, I'd probably go out and buy a lottery ticket or something. Anyway, so it is a hilly race. They advertise it as mostly flat. Yeah, it's flat in some places, but the 2 overpass hills, don't discount those. If you guys have run Claremont Clay Loop, there's a gigantic hill on Claremont Clay Loop. I mean, there's a bunch of hills, but there's a really, really, really big one that I usually run when I go out there. Both hills are like that. So they're really steep and they're really long. Probably about maybe half mile-ish in length. Of course, the nice point is that it's all downhill afterwards, so I would walk a great portion uphill and then run all the way downhill, even though I'm doing Galloway splits, where I run 90 seconds, walk 30 seconds. I would basically run 60 seconds, walk for a minute, and then run all the way down. It's raining. It's actually, that's just a nice cool breeze blowing in. This actually wouldn't be too bad, raining conditions actually for a race, if there was no lightning. So if you do this race, just, prepare for some hills. And I mean, those are the 2 big hills. There's some smaller hills in there too, primarily on the inland side, on the non-island side. The island side is very flat. Just to give you guys an idea, this is about 20 minutes south of Cocoa Beach. So for those who run Space Coast, you cross the hills, the overpasses are over the Indian River, which is what you're running by on Space Coast. But in this case, you actually run on a little island across it. So yeah, good race. A couple of things also. If you're going to run it in the future, be aware that there are parking garages and parking lots, but if you use one of those, you have to pay for parking. It's like $7, and it's cash. So here comes the rain. I think I'm going to stop right now. I'll talk to you in the car. So as I mentioned, I thought I would update from the car because it's pouring rain. I just read a Facebook post that said that they pulled all the marathoners off the course. They let everybody that's in the 5K, 10K, and half finish, but all the marathoners they pulled. So I kind of figured that. The marathon is like a double loop, so it's basically the same loop twice, almost. I think there's a little bitty bit that's different on the second loop, but so that basically just means probably if you're a marathoner and you haven't finished the first loop, they'll probably just pull you at that point. Here's the medal. Make sure I got the half marathon medal. I don't know. Half marathon, yeah. So there's the medal. It's a great big rectangle, 2021. Yay. I think I talked about the course. It was really well supported. Lots of water, Gatorade. You know, it's a lot. It actually kind of reminded me a little bit of Space Coast, because when you get over on the other side and there's all those big houses, you know, you have all the people that live there. They're all out there, you know, sitting in their beach chairs, watching as you go by. So it's a lot like Space Coast in that regards. The location is very Space Coast like. I wish the course was flat Space Coast like, but it's not. But that's okay. You know, it's good to have a race in Florida that's got some hills. Overall, I mean, the course was a lot more scenic than Space Coast, because Space Coast is just an out and back, and this is actually a loop. You don't see the same thing twice unless you're doing the marathon. I don't really have anything else to update besides that. I would definitely come out and do it again. You know, the funny thing is, I was thinking, oh, this would be a great year. Got to do a half marathon because it's so cool. You know, temperature-wise. You know, it's been like highs in the 50s and 60s for the last several weeks. And of course, today, it's a high of like 78. And it was actually about 71, 72 degrees with humidity during the course. So, of course, you know, it's like, I'm like, if you want a warm day, have Jennifer run a race on that day. Seriously. If you want warm weather, have Jennifer run a race. Of course, can't talk about the rain because I can't control that, but, you know, it'll be warm. We'll see you later. I'm going to go back to the hotel and take a shower. And probably get something to eat. I'll talk to you guys later.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. So, left the hotel about 30 minutes ago. We are on 1792, headed back to
Our house.
Our house, yeah. It's interesting because 1792 actually was the old highway that, you know, connected Melbourne to the Orlando area.
Still is a highway that connects.
It still is a highway, but it's not like, you know, there's interstates now. There's 528 that connects like by Cocoa Beach. So this is kind of a nice little bit of a more scenic route.
So we're doing it. We're going to grab some more bite to eat on the way at Whitsby, a little restaurant we love. It's like,
yeah, it's really good because then I can have breakfast, Jeff can have lunch.
yes, so make us both happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up for the weekend. And I'll see you next trip, but I don't know when that will be.
So it was a good weekend because, like I said, my original plan with the race was just to, you know, drive out this morning and run it and then drive back. So I'm actually kind of glad I didn't do that because literally it started pouring down right as I finished the race.
And whose idea was it, by the way?
It was mine. Oh, well, yeah, it was Jeff's idea to
come out and get a hotel, spend the night, have to rush in the morning and drive all the way out here. I thought that'd be a good idea because plus explore a little bit around Melbourne. I mean, we just did a little bit, just the zoo, which was earlier in the video, or yesterday's video. That'll be in the same video.
Which I really liked. I mean, it's small, but it's very well.
You can't tell it's small because you can't see other areas, and it's compact. It's really nice.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't have a huge collection of animals like most zoos.
I mean, there's no big cats. There's no lions or tigers. I think the biggest cats they have are like they have a jaguar and they have a cheetah or a couple cheetahs.
Some panthers.
No, they didn't have any panthers.
Not panthers. They had
a bobcat.
Bobcat. Yes, that's right.
But they had a lot of other, you know, really nice.
But the big thing was feeding the giraffes.
Feeding the giraffes. They have a lot of giraffes.
Saw that, yes. Yeah. All right. Well, until next trip. See everybody later.
All right. Ciao. All right. Well, that was going to be the end of our
story for the weekend.
But we decided. Well, Jennifer decided to make a little pit stop on the way back because I saw coming out here this little
roadside stand
that would have boiled peanuts, which is a faint thing for the big thing in the South. I've never had boiled peanuts, and I always wanted to try boiled peanuts. Plus, that he also had honey and tomatoes, strawberries, and oranges. Oh my gosh, the oranges and strawberries were amazing. So we got some
heading now back to
Now we're
restaurant and then back to our house.
heading, yes, and we're almost to St. Cloud because we're going into Harmony right now. So.
Yes. All right. And then this time, hopefully,
This time, let's try this again.
until our next adventure.
Yes.
See you, everybody.